Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. Subject Computer Science for 12th Standard A section. Chapter 14 Importing C++ Program in Python. Part 3. So last class we discussed about the modules, different modules related to user defined and related to system defined like OS module, sys module, OPT module theoretically. Now in this session we are going to discuss how to import C++ program or how to run any C++ program through Python using these modules. So let's start our class. In this session, we are going to see Python program executing C++ program using control statement, how Python is handling errors in C++, Python program executing C++ program containing arrays. Next topic is containing functions. Next one is containing a inheritance of a class. So this is the last part of this lesson. So let's start our class. First thing, Python program executing C++ program using control statement. So we can run C++ coding, execute its results from Python. The steps for executing C++ program to check a given number in palindrome or not is given below. The first thing which we want to do is type the C++ program to check whether the input number is palindrome or not in a notepad and save it as a pally underscore cpp pally underscore cpp.cpp. So this name is up to your choice, but the extension should be .cpp. Next one, step 2, type the Python program and save it as a pally.cp pally.py. So both the programs, that is Python program as well as C++ program, should be opened and typed inside the notepad and save the respective file with their respective extensions. Step 3 is click the run terminal, open the command window. So go to the command window, go to the folder Python using the cd command and type the command. So I already created these two files. One is pally underscore cpp, that is C++ file. Another one is pally.py in notepad. So now I am going to open the program notepad and open these two files. So first open the notepad. The first file is pally underscore.cpp. So in notepad, the first file which I already created is the C++ file is pally underscore cpp. So here you can see all the commands are in C++ language. So I hope you remember these commands which is already learned in +1. These commands, this program is used to find out whether the given number is palindrome or not. So what this program do is simply accept a number by sending a message, enter a positive number and store the number in num variable. After that, this number variable is evaluated through loop, while loop, and check whether the number is and reverse that particular number, given number, and all the reversed digits are stored in the variable rev. So in the num we store the original number, in the rev we reverse the number and store it in the rev variable. After that we compare the two numbers n and rev, and if they both numbers are same, but then the number is a palindrome, message will display, otherwise the number is not palindrome, message will be displayed. So this is the C++ program. Now in the same way, go to the notepad, open the next file, that is pally py Python file. So this is the Python file written in notepad. So this is the C++ file. So this is the Python file. See, this is the C++ file just we discussed, and this one is pally file. So you want to open separately two different files and type the C++ file in a separate file and give the extension as .cpp. Type the Python file separately and save the file with the .py. So here we are going to use the modules which we discussed in the previous lesson, that is sys os get opt. So here we import all the modules, three modules of system module. Here we create a main function and there was a argument value. So this argument value accepts the values of file name, C++ file name. See here, we created two file name. One is C++ file, another one is exe file. We pass these two file name. We split. Actually, in get opt, what we understand that get opt is a parse facility. Parse means splitting the command line. So here in the argument, we pass all the information of the file related like exe file name and cpp file name and open the file name in input mode and file name is IEFL file. So here by using the loop, we run a loop to open and update a file in the OPTS argument of get opt module. So OPTS module is inside the get opt module. These two variables are used to handle the C++ file, and we open the C++ file, we execute the C++ file and run the C++ file in the for loop. So after that there was another function called run. Here we run the C++ file and executable file by sending the compiling message and running message. After that here we use a OS module, that is the system function is used to execute the system file, and then finally we use the if function, two special variables name and main. So these variables refers to a name of the current module or the current Python file name. For example, here Python file name is pally. So name variable and main variable holds the value pally.py. So these two files are created separately, and now we are going to run this file in the command mode. So go to the command mode. So type the command. Now you can see the run in the run terminal. Open the command line. This is the third step. So go to the folder where we are store these two various files. That is, go to the Python folder. Actually, we want to go to the Python folder. After that, we want to type this two file. These two files may be stored in different location. That is not a matter. But at the time of giving this command, we should give the full path name for the easy understanding and easy commanding method. We here both the files and cpp and python files are stored in the folder python folder. So here I am going to execute the cd command to get out from this current folder, and by using the dir command I am listing all the directory information. Here you can see the python 34 folder. So use cd python 34, get it into the python folder and type the command python file name mode -i and c++ file name. So python is the command which is used to run the python file, and python file is pally.py. so for python file you should give the file extension and mode is I. After that this python file accept the used to run the C++ file. So that's why we use this Python function, and I is the mode, input mode, and the C++ file without extension pally underscore cpp. So when you enter this command, you can see Python will compile. So compiling pally is a display on the screen, and running pally underscore cpp is displayed on the screen. These two messages are written in the program pally. See here, this is the python file. Here you can see compiling, running. So these are the file names which are written in pally python file. These messages are displayed, but enter a positive number is not here in this is it is not here in python file. It is actually written inside the C++ file. So here in the C++ file you can see, enter a positive number. This is the message display here. That is, by this command we are executing the C++ file. So by this command we are executing the C++ file through the Python file. This file is executed through this Python file. Actually, we are executing the Python program to execute C++ program. So that's why we give Python command and Python file name in input mode and open the C++ file. So here we want to give the number 1478 because enter a positive number is asked. That's why I entered a positive number 1478. This number is stored in the variable and this number is reversed by this while loop. So 8741. See here 8741. The given number is reversed by the while loop and stored in the variable rev, and both the numbers are compared. So when you compare these both number, you can see there was no palindrome. That's why the number is not palindrome. So if you have any doubt, run the same program. So if you give the number, for example, 1515, if you reverse this order number, so you can see 5151, there was no palindrome. In the same way, if you run the number 444, so 444, when you reverse the number, you will get same number 444. The number is palindrome. So here you can see the message. The given number is palindrome. So what actually we are doing is we are preparing two files. One is Python file to run the C++ file. Another one is C++ file which contains all the necessary codings. And in the command prompt we are using the command Python pally Python file name pally.py in the mode of input, that is -i, and open the C++ program. We simply run the C++ program through the Python file. So this is the simple method of running the C++ program in the Python programming. So this is the simple thing you understand. I hope you understand this concept. Now we are going to see the next topic, how Python is handling errors in C++. For example, if in C++ if there was any error is occurred, then C++ program simply handle that error and give some message at the time of execution. Here also you can see in the hello.cpp and main.cpp, Python program will may have some errors. For example, open two files. One is C++ file hello.cpp. Here you can see the hello.cpp file contains a single statement to print hello. There was an error. So here you can see there was an error, semicolon is missed. In the same way, open another notepad file, notepad window, where we are storing Python file, namely main.py. So main.py is a Python program which is used to handle errors, but all the codings are same of pally.py. So pally.py is the common file to run any C++ file. So all the functions, all the loops, all the modules are same of before we discussed in the pally.py. So now we are going to run this hello.cpp by simply typing Python. First we want to type the Python file name main.py and run the program in the input mode, and C++ file name is hello. So when you enter, you can see hello exe is not recognized. Internal and external command operable programs are patched. There was an error. That's why it is unable to run the program. So in the same way, if the min.gw is also installed, it also shows the same error. If you want to correct it, you can correct it and run the program using the compiler. So go to the hello, type the semicolon, save the program, go to the any compiler software for compiling purpose, or here also we can compile it. So when you run, you can see exe is not recognized. So exe file is not created in the hello. So open the dev C++ software. Here we run the program for creating the exe file. So here you can see the correction is done. Now I am running the program, executing the program, and creating the exe file for the hello.cpp. So actually, these all the process should be executed by the say, Python program. But in my system, MinGW is not installed. That's why I am separately compiling and separately running the hello file, hello C++ file. Now here you can see the output hello. So this is the simple thing which we learn how to handle the errors in C++ errors in Python program. Next one is Python program executing C++ program containing arrays. So there is no problem at all to run any C++ program which contains arrays. For example, so here open the file C++ file, that is trans underscore cpp, which contains arrays. Here you can see there was a two-dimensional array. We already discussed this array in the plus one, where we accept the number of array values and store in the array variable a. After that, we create another array variable and transport all the matrix and create a transpose of given matrix. So this program is also run through the pally.py. So pally.py, I already told you, a common file to run any C++ program in command line through the Python program. So here we just want what we want to do is type Python and then type the pally.py is a common file in the input mode. After that, type the C++ file which you want to run through Python. So trans cpp underscore cpp. Here you can see enter the value of our array. These commands are executed from C++ program. Here I am going to enter the array values which are going to store in the C++ variable, and all the variables are stored in the original array, namely A. After that, these array values are transported and created transpose matrix. See here, column values are converted into row. 467 is in the 467 row columns. The columns values are converted into rows. So 595 is converted into second row. So third column is converted into third row. 884. So this is how we run any array C++ program containing arrays. Now the next program is containing function. Running a C++ program containing a function. So here we already created a file, namely cube file, which contains here C++. So cube file is a file which contains a C++ coding related for identifying the related to functions. So cube file.cpp. So here you can see function is created, namely cube, which is used to find out the cube value of the given number by simply multiplying the number 3 times. The same number is multiplied by 3 times and return the value to the called area. So here we create the cube function. Here we call the cube function and store the value in the C. The return value is stored in the variable C, and C value is displayed on the screen. So this is the C++ file. Now I am going to run this cube file in Python command prompt. So Python, the first file is pally.py in the mode input mode. After that, type the C++ name, that is cube underscore file. So enter. Now you can see compiling cube file.cpp, running cube file.exe, enter a number. So I simply entered 3. Now you can see the output 27. So 3 into 3 9, 9 into 3 is 27. The cube value 3 is displayed on the screen because of cube file is executed. Cube file which contains the function. Now next topic which we are going to discuss is the running a C++ file which contains the inherited class. So we know this we can run array containing C++ program, function containing C++ program. The last topic of the lesson is we can also run any C++ program which contain inheritance of class. So the C++ file name is inherit underscore cpp. So here I am opening the inherit underscore cpp. C++ file which is already created. So here you can see there are many classes are created. One is vehicle, the base class where vehicle constructor is used, and there was another class called three wheeler. It is a derived class of vehicle. Another class is created auto. It is another derived class of three wheeler. So here you can see the inherited classes created, and all these inherited classes are accessed by the object by the obj. So we create an object for this class auto. This auto class is inherited from three wheeler. From this three wheeler class we access the vehicle class. So all this message, this is a vehicle object with three wheeler or vehicle, auto has three wheels, all the messages will display by this object when we run this program through Python. So here in the command prompt I'm going to run the same file, that is inherit underscore cpp. We use the same file, pally python file. So show some error, compiling, inheriting, and running the inheritance file. Inherit.cpp ex is not recognized. So go to the compiler where I am going to execute this file and run this file, and to get the output of this file C++ file, and to create the exe file for this C++ file. So processing is under work. The source file is processing. All the data are compiling now. After compiling, it will display the value. This is a vehicle object with three vehicles, and the auto has three wheels. So go to the command line. So run the same program. Here you can see inherit. Okay. So it shows some error. You may run the MinGW software and run this Python program. Uh, Definitely it will show a good result, the same result which was executed. Inherit. So there was a mistake in the file name. So file name is inherit. Okay. See here, compiling inherit underscore cpp, running inherit cpp file. See all the informations related from the class are display here. The same result which is displayed in the dev C++ program. So I hope you understand the concept of using the Python program for running C++ program. This is the end of the lesson. Prepare well for your public examination. Prepare answers for book back questions. Send them to my WhatsApp number. Clear all your doubts. Contact me to clear all your doubts. Prepare well for your examination. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Best of luck.